Hi everyone, this is a short video with key information on how GCSEs and A-level grades will be awarded this summer. It's really important that everyone watches this right through until the end. We now have confirmation from the government that there is a return to school this half term. The idea being that there is time to teach before and after Easter, building towards a set of internal assessments in the summer term to support the awarding of grades. Testing is currently underway, and a massive thank you for arriving so promptly and behaving so calmly. This will ensure that the school is as safe as possible for when you return. We're going to have a closer look at the timeline now on what this might mean. Please bear in mind that these dates may change ever so slightly. So we continue with our online learning. The students will come in for testing for coronavirus, and this means that once this is done, we can get you back into school safely. We then have 4 weeks where we will teach you up until the Easter holidays. There'll be a chance to revise over Easter, which you would be doing in any normal year. And then after Easter, we have 2 more weeks for teachers to support you in preparing for the mini assessments taking place. What will then happen from Monday the 3rd of May, you will begin this process of mini internal assessments. This will be assessments, but with a safety net. We're going to make adjustments given what's happened. There may be some assessments that take place before that, but this will be where the majority of the assessments take place. When you are back, we're going to give you some more detail about how the grading system will work in each subject. And it's important for you to know this so that when you receive the grades, you understand exactly where they come from. We will put this information together in a document for every subject, which we will share with students and with parents, and this will be an important document for you to be able to refer to. For now, however, we need you to be patient about this question. If you pester us and constantly ask us about how the grades are going to be calculated, ironically, it will distract us from the planning of how best to support you with those grades, and ultimately you could do worse. So please put your trust in us and give us some space. What I'm going to talk through now are a few theoretical examples, and hopefully through seeing these examples, it gives you a little bit more clarity and a bit more reassurance about how the system will work. So if we have a look at the examples here, if we look at subject 1, now this will be a subject where all the grades would normally have been taken from a 100% exam at the end of the course. Now it wouldn't be fair at this stage to give you one big exam in May and say that counts for 100% of the marks in this subject. And also that will go directly against everything the government is advising. The department will have tested you throughout the course at the end of each topic, and so they would gather together all of the data we already have on you to inform part of the judgment when we award your grades. You will have also already completed significant mock examinations in these subjects, so departments will already have those data and they will look at those grades as well in informing their decision. In May, mini assessments will take place, and this will be a further opportunity for you to demonstrate the level that you're working at in that subject. All of those elements would then be looked at together to inform how we award your final grade. Now, subject 2 will be a subject where you have part of the grades assessed through examination, but then part of the grade is established through coursework, NEAs or practical work. These non-examined elements of your course will therefore still be taken into account and form part of the judgments towards your final grades. On top of that, again, like for subject 1, departments will look at all of the previous assessment data, so from tests, mock exams, etc. And finally, and again similar to subject 1, you will have a chance to improve on these grades through mini assessments in May. It's important to say again at this point, we will prepare you for these subjects over March, April and May towards these mini assessments. In these assessments, we will be using similar mark schemes and similar assessments than other schools. We will be drawing on materials produced by the exam boards. And again, these are mini assessments with a safety net built in. If there are topics that we haven't been able to teach you or you haven't been able to learn, then we won't include those in the assessments. We won't remove topics in a way that narrows the curriculum badly or disadvantages you for next year, just in a way that is fair. The final subject we will discuss is where all of the assessed work is completed through portfolio evidence assessed by your teacher, and this might be in a subject such as art. Again, Those portfolios won't be exactly the same as they would be in a normal year, and I know many of you have been working really hard to add to your portfolios over lockdown, and you'll continue to work hard and have the opportunity in the subjects over the coming months to develop the standards of these portfolios with the teacher support back in school. And so 100% of the evidence in these subjects will come from the evidence based on that work in your portfolio. Okay, I want to address now head on some of the real misconceptions I've seen in the news and in social media about this issue. Please understand, journalists' jobs are to write stories that will sell newspapers and generate clicks. And they can only do that with headlines such as "exam papers are unfair" or "schools in chaos." What a load of nonsense. We couldn't be more confident and more happy about the system. Because every single Compton student has the opportunity now to achieve the absolute fairest grade for the work that they have done. And you also have the opportunity to improve your grades under these arrangements. And let me explain why. The first question is about fairness. Could Compton be more generous or more harsh when awarding grades than other schools? And I suppose the answer to that is no, they can't be. Because any difference between Compton and other schools is going to be at most very minimal. And let me explain why. Schools are going to follow the same guidance. We're going to use similar questions which have been prepared by the exam board. We're going to draw on similar evidence. We can't say that we will do exactly the same thing as every other school. That would just not be feasible. But we will moderate carefully with other schools across our mat and locally across Barnet. And you can expect to see a lot of collaboration and coordination between schools on this issue. The next point is that all schools are subject to the same quality assurance requirements, both internally and externally through the exam boards. The exam boards may visit schools to check our process and our evidence used to arrive at the grades. Every year, teachers will make judgments about students' GCSEs and A-level grades when submitting coursework or NEAs. And people don't scream about unfairness in this process. And this really is the same process that we do here, just on a bigger scale. Now, the third point is about the judgments and the evidence that will be used. As a centre, we have to be able to justify with evidence the grades that we've given to you. And the only thing that counts when deciding your grades is the quality of work that you produce. It is not based on good behaviour or the relationship you have with your teachers. Although these are important and we are absolutely passionate about these at the Compton, they will have no significance at all to the grades that you receive. The only thing that matters is the quality of work that you produce. Every department will go through a rigorous moderation process, and all that will be putting into the procedures to ensure fairness of marking. Every single teacher will sign a declaration saying that they've assessed grades fairly and accurately. And Miss Mulkerins, ultimately as the head teacher of the centre, will also sign a declaration saying the Compton School has handled this process entirely fairly. As professionals, we take those declarations really seriously. Now, the next question is about what protections do you have in this process? Now, after the results, in the event that you're unhappy with the process, you can appeal it. Now, what you can't do is appeal if you're unhappy with yourself. If you're unhappy with the fact that you didn't put enough effort in or you didn't revise carefully. That would just be wasting everybody's time. What you can do is say to the school, can you please check that we didn't make an administrative error? And if we said we didn't, and we didn't make those errors, you can appeal separately to the exam board, and they will review the evidence base that we put together, just like in a normal year where students ask for remarks. Now, just with a hint of caution, with any appeal, results can go up. They can stay the same, which the majority do, and they can also go down. This is a good system, and we believe it's an excellent alternative to where we are this year, particularly in an outstanding school like the Compton. We are well placed to help you make the most of these new arrangements. So in summary, keep going with your work, get straight back into your studies, make the most of your online and face-to-face lessons. Attend your COVID testing slots. This will help make the school safer and it will avoid disruption from further COVID cases in school. Be patient. Wait to have the details confirmed for each subject. We have given you examples here from 3 different types of subjects, and that hopefully should provide as much clarity as we can at this stage on how the system will operate. More details will follow as soon as possible. The other things that you can do to improve your grades are attend your lessons, work hard, follow teachers' instructions and act on the feedback from the teachers. Ask for help where you need it. We are here to support you along the way. We will talk to you further as soon as we have more information and greater clarity on this process. Thank you very much for your attention and best of luck over the next few months.